Hey guys, what's up? My name is Anthony. Welcome to another edition of BNA Sports Talk. And today I want to talk about the New York Giants, week number 2, as we have some reflections. And we kind of just wait. And with a lot of people, I don't understand why people are upset with the results of the season so far. The first game, we're 6-point underdogs. We lose by 10. Probably should have been a little bit closer. If Daniel Jones didn't throw the interception, that's 3 points right there. We get a touchdown. There are ways we could have made that game closer. Let's just put it that way. And then against the Bears, we lost by 4. So we pretty much met expectations for the game. Now, last year, we ended up scoring a garbage touchdown against the Bears, and we really lost 19-7. This year, we lost 17-13. So I think we're showing improvement. That's what we want to see. We said we want to see improvement. We want to see things have changed. Now, Patrick Graham has only blitzed on like 2% of the plays. It's not really 2%. It's like closer to, I think, 9% now I'm thinking about it. But he hasn't really been blitzing a lot. And that's a little bit like weird. They have this weird amoeba defense. There's some things that he's doing that's a little bit questionable. But he has these players playing hard. Dexter Lawrence is one of the highest graded defensive tackles. You have Blake Martinez, I think the highest rated linebacker. James Bradbury, one of the highest rated cornerbacks. And James Bradbury making plays. And I think that you just got to trust this team. You got to wait a bit. It's 2 games. It's 2 games. The NFL, I know it's a shorter sample size. You have results. But there has to be a winner each and every game, and there has to be a loser. That's not a great mentality coming to the game. I know that. But you got to figure that the Giants are going to switch things around. You take a look at the New England Patriots in 2000 with the new coach, Bill Belichick. They lost their first 5 games. They went 5-11. And the team just didn't quit, and Bill Belichick implemented his culture. This is the culture implementing year. People, we're okay with losing a bunch of games this year. It's like as long as we're competitive, and it depends what we see. And people are looking at the Jets. They're not even competitive in games, have no talent whatsoever. They're down. I get it. They're down a lot of wide receivers, but take a look at the Giants. It feels like they're in a way better position than the Giants are. Than the Jets are. The Giants are just, it feels like we're way more competitive than what the Jets have put on the field this year. They play the 49ers and they play the Bills. But we played the Steelers and we played the Bears. Those are pretty equivalent teams, if you're asking me. And they had some backdoor covers, and they're not looking good. The Giants were in these games, and that's what we want to see. And I want to transition to talking about Andrew Thomas. And basically, my concerns about him a little bit. Tristan Wirfs and Mekhi Becton have been looking really good over these first couple weeks. They just have. They have upper 70s PFF grades. Mekhi Becton, the thing is, he can completely shut you down. The thing about Andrew Thomas is he's going to recover real well. He can get beat sometimes, but he's rarely going to get just destroyed. Like, he's going to be a competitor and be able to fight. He needs to punch better, needs to time his punches better, but he's faced against some of the best defensive ends in this league. And Mekhi Becton did a really good job against Nick Bosa in that defensive front from the 49ers. They have a decent talent there. But I think that Andrew Thomas, his style of play is dirty. By dirty, I mean it's not going to be the prettiest in the world. People say that it's like he's pretty technically sound and stuff. I don't really see that. What I see with Andrew Thomas is a guy that may not be as quick, maybe still on his may still be on his toes or like in the air while he's making his block, but he's going to use his force and his strength. When he uses that strength and when he tries to not be technically sound, he's successful. Take a look at some of these plays. Hopefully I'll have him on the screen. But you notice when he tries to be technically sound and deliver a punch when he's on an island, it's bad. But when he's near other people, when he gets to be dirty, gets to be in the trenches, he's a mauler. He's a beast. And that's what we realize he has to be. And if we have to move him to guard, so be it. I don't think we're going to have to move him to guard. I think that, we'll develop him a little bit. I think eventually he can develop into a pure left tackle. But you got to stick with this guy. Obviously, he's your first-round pick. I think he's going to be fine. But the returns of the first couple weeks not great. He got beat by Robert Quinn. He got beaten by Khalil Mack to the inside. I think it was Khalil Mack. I forget. It may have not been him to the inside. So he's had a rough couple of games. We'll see. He plays the 49ers this week. We play the Rams next week. It's going to be really interesting to see how these guys develop. I haven't really watched that much Tristan Wirfs. I may do a complete film review of these 3 players. Let me know if you want to see that. The next thing I want to talk about in this video is DK Metcalf. Now, he's looking really good for the Seahawks. Last year, he was open, but he was dealing with a lot of drops. Imagine we had DK Metcalf and not DeAndre Baker. Now, I remember Molly Curum saying in 2018, we're going to draft DK Metcalf with the number, 6 overall pick, and we're going to solve everything. I didn't agree with that, but it became like a meme. Like, DK Metcalf is the guy that, doesn't perform. But he has a great size, a little bit of an injury history, but, you can look past that a little bit. He has the size, he has the strength, he has the speed. Why didn't we see this? He just needs the better hands. Now, hands, it's going to be important. He's going to have to catch balls this year. You can't start dropping them because then eventually you're not going to be targeted a whole bunch. You need to make these timely catches, and that's why, he can be a top 5 wide receiver in this league. Imagine we got DK Metcalf, Darius Slayton. I think we'd be a way better team. I was just thinking about that today. I'm like, the DK Metcalf guy got taken like 50th overall, whatever he got taken. And, what guys could we have selected besides DeAndre Baker? Now, there are not too many good cornerbacks out of that draft. You could say, Byron Murphy is playing a little bit better this year, not that much better. You could say the guy got drafted by the Patriots is playing good. But really, there wasn't like that elite guy that we missed. That's just like amazing. Sean Murphy-Bunting is decent. Haven't really seen his film. I'll be interesting to see how he develops. But it wasn't like there was an egregious guy, like maybe with the Jaguars, instead of taking, Christian McCaffrey, they took Leonard Fournette. There wasn't like that sort of egregious pick. So I don't really blame Dave Gettleman that much. He would try to fill a role and end up we don't even know how good he would have been. And it is what it is at some point. So, yeah, that's my point about that. How bad can it get this year? That's the last thing I want to talk about. How really bad can it get? And we face a really tough schedule this year. We figure already Pittsburgh Steelers, Bears, then Cardinals look good, Rams. It's like, whoa. And we play a really tough schedule this year. We can go 1-15. We could. Every single game, it's possible to lose every single game. I don't want to talk about Trevor Lawrence. I'm making, probably tomorrow I'll do a Trevor Lawrence sweepstakes video, but I don't want to think about that. We do have the number 1 pick, Penei Sewell. Get rid of Nate Solder and pick Penei Sewell and maybe move Andrew Thomas to right tackle or something like that and have a really, really good offensive line. I'm not drafting a wide receiver. Maybe trade back for assets to a team, that's looking for a quarterback like a Carolina Panthers or something. But, I am not taking Trevor Lawrence because I think this Daniel Jones guy is the real deal. I think you got to commit to him blindly or not. He would have to play egregiously. I think threshold for us not keeping Daniel Jones next year, I would say he would have to have more interceptions than touchdowns. He would have to have, it would just have to be really ugly fumbles all over the place and not coming up clutch moments, just mental errors and him not showing improvement. And yeah, they would have to be just the fumbles continue and we're a bunch of losses. Because I don't think at this point it would be a Jason Garrett problem. I think, we take a look at it, it would be a Daniel Jones problem. But I don't want to think about that. I really don't. I don't want to be negative like that. Daniel Jones is going to be just fine. He's going to develop into, a top 15 player, a Derek Carr type, up there. Maybe get some MVP votes one year, but not be overly amazing. And, that's pretty much how bad it can get. But we play a tough schedule this year. Don't forget. It could get pretty ugly. But whatever. It's a Giants ritual. I'm not even watching the game this weekend because I'm going on a scavenger hunt with some running club friends. Did that sound weird? But I don't really care if it sounded weird. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what you guys think, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys.